wasn't live at all. That's the cold part about it. How you end up doing that, Ras? Let's see if I can go ahead and maybe I could edit it. No, you can't do that either, my boy. Ain't no editing. What it do, YouTube? What it do, man? Long time no see. Even though I just seen y'all probably a couple hours ago, but I had to come back and drop it back, cause that's just how we do, man. You know, we're gonna talk about sometimes do you have to slap a hater or should you turn the other cheek? That's what we gonna chop it up on, man. What you gonna do? Somebody hit you with a two-piece or somebody spit on you. What you gonna do? Is you gonna slap a hater or is you gonna turn the other cheek? I feel like hmm, I feel like that's one of them hard things to really end up doing is actually turning the other cheek when somebody has slapped you. Like the first thing in your mind is, hell no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm about to slap you back. You know, what I would like to say is like everybody talks peace until disrespect just shows up. Once disrespect shows up, it's almost a wrap. It's almost we gotta go there. It's almost put your hands up. As a matter of fact, I'm finna pop you, even if you not ready. I don't care if you think it's sneaky. You shouldn't have disrespected me. Respect is at an all-time low. The only time I see people showing respect is when they being fake. And as you can see, there's a lot of fake people out here in this world. A lot of fake people. You know, some people some people mistake kindness for weakness. So when you out here trying to be kind to a lot of people, you trying to be nice, you trying to be respectful, you putting your smile on, you dress nice, you dress to impress. People take that as weakness, or some people take it as just, you trying to show out. You trying to embarrass me. And I don't even know you. I didn't even know you were gonna be here. When I walked out the door today out my house, I didn't think that somebody like you would be here, a big hater like that. I didn't expect to see you. I expected to see the people that I was trying to come here to see, or the people that I was trying to get to know. Maybe some females, maybe some business partners, or maybe just making some new friends. I didn't expect to see a hater when I came in here fresh and dressed to impress. Looking good, smelling good, smiling and profiling and styling and low key wilding. And now I got you over there in the corner, mad as hell. Now you frowning. Like how that happen? How did we get here? I be a little confused sometimes when I see people doing that. You know, uh, let me get a pin message going. We talking about we talking about choosing peace or disrespect. Drop your comments on what you choose when disrespect shows up. Bam. All right. Let me get that message pinned on there. Disrespect. All right. So tonight we talking about where the line really is. Where is the line? Where do you draw the line? When do you turn around? When do you say, fuck that, I'm about to slap you. I'm about to put my motherfucking hands up. We gotta throw them and we gotta go there. We gotta get there. Like, when is the line drawn, or when is there a time when you say ain't no line drawn? We going there. Put your dukes up. Matter of fact, if you're not ready, you should have been ready. You should have got ready. Soon as you disrespected me, you should have known I'm one of them. I'm one of them bull rushers. I'll rush you like a bull. I'll just take you out, you know? But it's your boy Double S, man. Hope your stress go to the wrong address. This is a place where you get some educated, you get some game, and you also can speak freely and talk your ish. You know, so drop your comments, hit those likes. Let's turn up. Let's get right. You know, so when do you respond? Is really what happens. Like, when do you respond when disrespect shows up? Like, do you respond or do you stay silent? Do you turn the other cheek? Do you look the other way? Do you act like you didn't hear it? You know, or like, it depends the level of disrespect. Like, did somebody just ram into you? Did somebody just scuff your shoes? Did somebody accidentally just touch you? Or did somebody was talking and they was talking extra loud and they spit on you by accident and they looked at you crazy, staring you, mugging you, looking at you up and down like they got smoke, they got a problem with you? Like, what? When do you respond? Like, when do you? Like, or do you not? Is the question. Like, when do you walk away? Do you walk away when somebody disrespects you, or do you just sit there and you say, you know, hold up, buddy. Who you talking to? Who you think this? Who you think you is? You know, like, and when is silence the actual power? Like, is silence the actual power, or is it you just showing that you got power, showing that I'm not the one to play with, I'm not the one that you finna just come over here and disrespect and you think you finna get away with it? Like, when do you choose? When do you respond? When do you walk away? And when do you actually show your power? I guess that's kind of like up to the person. You know, like, that's up to you and like how you're going to respond to certain things. You know, why do haters always test calm people? Like, why do they do that? Like, soon as they see somebody super calm, super chill, super laid back, like, why does a hater choose that person first? Why? Why they ain't choose another person that's loud as them, crazy as them, mugging like them, looking bummy like them, looking crazy, smelling disrespectful? You know what I'm saying? Like, over there lonely in the corner, mean mugging everybody. Why you don't choose somebody else that's mean mugging to fight? Why do you have to choose the person that's chill, cool, calm, and collective? Like, that's the crazy part that I just don't understand. The difference between self control and self suppression. Self control, like, I guess it's when you got control over yourself, you know, control over your attitude, control on, like, I don't feel like smiling, but I'm gonna smile. You know, I don't feel like fighting, but I'm gonna fight. I know I can fight, but I'm not gonna fight. I know I could go there, but I'm not gonna go there. That's when you know you actually have some type of self control about yourself. And then when you have the self suppression, is when you suppressing those feelings. Like, I'm mad as hell, but you know what? I'm gonna suppress it. I'm gonna act like I ain't mad. I'm gonna act like there ain't a problem. There isn't a problem, you know? Or when somebody is disrespecting you and you know you could get disrespectful back, you like, you know what, hold up. I'm gonna continue to be respectful. Or you know what? I'm just not gonna say nothing at all. And in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna get up and leave. You know, like, what are you using to actually attack these times when someone is coming at you disrespectful? Because sometimes it is hard to turn the other cheek. Turning the other cheek doesn't mean that you being soft. You know, a lot of people collaborate that with being soft. They'll say, you're soft for turning the other cheek. That dude talk crazy to you. Or if you're female, that girl was talking crazy to you and you just turned the other cheek and walked away. Everybody's gonna say most of the time that you was scared as hell. You know, like, oh, that person put some fear in your heart. That's why you turned around and went the other way. You knew they was gonna give you the business. But sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes you already know where this is gonna lead to. You can already see. You a visionary. You can see 10 steps ahead. You can see 10 pages after this page that you are currently on, you know where this is going to end. You know where this is going to go. You know that, you know the type of person you are. You know you dangerous. You know you ain't somebody to play with. You know you gonna take it all the way there and ain't gonna be no stopping you until them cops come and put you in them cuffs and throw you in that cell. You know, some people already know that about themselves. So people a lot of times, you know, is the best plan for them is to turn the other cheek, is to go the other way. Because why would I do that to myself? Why would I put myself in that type of predicament where I know I can get very, very crazy? You know, because violence has consequences, but so does letting disrespect slide. You know, ugh. So sometimes you gotta wonder if, like, damn, should I get violent? You know, I know what comes with my violence. I know how crazy I get, but does letting disrespect slide? How would that make me feel later? You know, sometimes you could be somebody like me. It's been times where I turn the other cheek, right? But the disrespect, I just couldn't let it slide. Days after days after days after days, I just kept thinking about it and saying, I should have did this, I should have did that, I should have did it, I shouldn't even turn the other cheek. I should have turned up, should have showed them who the fuck they was dealing with. You know, I should have let them know what was going on inside my head, and I should have showed them in actions. But then I'm just like, you know what? But guess what? I'm free. I'm able to go make some money. I'm able to see my family. I'm able to continue to go about my day and don't have to pray to God to help me get out of a bad situation. I'm able to pray to God today and be thankful for waking me up, for giving me family, for giving me good health, for having me be able to have money to be able to put food on the table, to be able to help out somebody if they need it. You know, I'm able to put those type of prayers in. So it's all up to you sometimes, you know, where you really want to take things or like how you really want to react, the situations you really want to put yourself in. Because sometimes, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? You know? Because social media makes people bold in real life. You know, a lot of people are not that same person they are online, but then in person, they try to be that person that they was online, and it kind of makes them bold. It kind of makes them say things that they normally wouldn't say because those cameras are out. They know this is going online. Like if it's going online, they know they gotta, you know, make something shake. They gotta make sure they're going viral and not you. Or they're going viral in a good way and you're going viral in a bad way. Not them going viral in a bad way and you going viral in a good way. Them whooping your ass and you not whooping their ass, you know, or me popping it off first, busting you upside your head with this bottle first. It's sometimes people just going, and social media has definitely become one of those dangerous places. And then you got to understand, like, when you in certain places, you know, like, do I really want to match your energy versus me being disciplined? Energy matching versus discipline. Like, woo, that's a deep one right there. Cause everybody love matching energies, don't they? I just match energies. You know, wherever I'm at, it doesn't matter. You show me this type of energy, I'm gonna match your energy. Or do you see the energy somebody is giving you, and instead of matching the energy, you show your discipline? Discipline, having discipline and showing discipline is way stronger than matching energies. Way stronger. You know, because in the long run, it ends up building you up. Matching people energy, you're gonna always be like this. You're gonna be on a roller coaster. So being a person that matches energy, you know, unless you like being on roller coasters in real life, like not actually being on a roller coaster, but your life being a roller coaster. If that's what you like, ups and downs and downs and ups and circles, going in circles and circles and circles and getting dizzy, more power to you. But if you want to be disciplined, I think that is the best route you should choose because it's going to power you up inside and out. It's going to help other people that's around you, and then you'll be able to give a great outlook to the younger crowd. They'll be able to see an example, somebody who is sticking to their discipline. That's a strong person right there. A lot of people can't stick to their discipline. A lot of people like to match energy, good or bad. You know, why some people only like respect boundaries when they are enforced? Like I always think about that. Like, why do they do that? Like, they only have boundaries if police say, you say one more word and you're going to jail. Now they don't want to say nothing else. Now they a mouse, now they quiet. You know? Or your mama in the room. Now you don't want to cuss. You was just cussing people out. Your grandma here, or your family watching you on live. Now you want to be respectful. You don't want to shake your booty. You don't want to show your thong. You don't want to take your bra off so everybody can see your nipples poking out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wear your gray sweats. You feel me? Because the kids is in here. Now you got boundaries. See, but the strong person is the one who has boundaries when nobody is around. When you're around a crowd of people that don't know you and you have boundaries, you able to show and stand on your guns and say, you know what, look, I'm a man or I'm a woman. I don't play that and I don't take that, and turn the other cheek. So that's why I don't really understand, because people do respect boundaries only when they're enforced. Like if you dating somebody and you just constantly telling them like, look, I don't want you wearing this. Or look, I don't want you going out with these certain people, and you like enforcing it. Now they have this boundary. Now they want to respect it. But like if you didn't give them boundaries, they would have disrespected everything that you just said. Everything you would have just said. So y'all wouldn't even be talking to each other if you didn't enforce your boundaries. So I'm guessing like sometimes you have to enforce your boundaries, and then you got to know sometimes to sit back and say, you know what, I'm not. I'm gonna see how these things play out. You know. So one of the worst things too is like family disrespect. When family is like disrespecting you, like when do you know when to turn the other cheek, or when do you get disrespectful back? Sometimes you have to understand, like, damn, this is my family member. This is my loved one. I understand you turning up on me, you acting crazy, but you know what? I'm going to be the bigger person because I actually love you. I got love for you. I don't want to burn a bridge. I don't want to start other problems because, if one cousin get into it with one cousin, now you got the other cousin that's the favorite cousin trying to jump in and break it up. Now you got your auntie jumping in. Now you got their mama jumping in, slapping you, telling you you know better. Now your mama got to jump in and slap your auntie. See all of this chaotic stuff that you didn't cause. Now nobody want to get together for 4th of July because it's too much fireworks already in the family. So family disrespect can definitely be a tough thing to like really deal with. Like when you're going through that, like especially when it holidays time, people get around each other, they start drinking and tearing that eggnog up. Next thing you know, they cracking jokes and telling stuff about back in the day, and some people don't want to hear that. Some people have moved on so far they don't want to keep talking about back in the day, or you talking about the person they dating, you dissing their girlfriend, their boyfriend, you saying they a bum, you calling somebody fat. Sometimes family disrespect can just be held back. I feel like you need to know how to turn the cheek when you're dealing with family. It's very important. It's very wise. It will make you a stronger person, and then you will be able to teach the younger people behind you in your family. You know, and then when you need to like really understand when it's time to slap a hater or turn the other cheek is a tough one. When you dealing with online trolls in real life, somebody that's been trolling you on the fucking internet, and you run into them in real life, that's when you gonna really be tested. That's when you gonna really find out, are you really a good person today? Or am I going to be Mr. Bad Guy? Am I going to really match their energy today? Because you've been talking and popping it, all that stuff online, typing with the motherfucking Twitter fingers. Now I see you dead in your face. Now you got the option to whoop their ass, turn back up on them and say, what's all that shit you was talking on the internet? Or you could just say, you know what? That motherfucker's an internet troll. Let them troll. I don't care. They make me popping. They keep me popular. You know, they a hater on the internet, but in real life, they waving at me and they wanted to shake my hand. They actually a fan. So you got to understand when it is time to turn the cheek or pull up on that motherfucking internet troll and slap the dog shit out of them. Slap the dog shit out. Sometimes it might have to get there. It depends on the type of level it is. Sometimes you have to really realize, you have to really see, gotta think about where you at, the people you gonna hurt, and actually like, will I go to jail for this shit? People with these camera phones now, you slap an internet troll and they people got their cameras out, the shit go viral and they suing your ass, you going to jail, they pressing charges. Do you really want to go there? Or do you just want to really go home and be with your family and your kids and go to work and get to your grind and make your money? You got to really ask yourself that, man. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. Once you get mad as fuck, It's really hard. It's really tough to do it, but sometimes you have to do it. And then the other time when it's time, like, do I slap the shit out this motherfucker or do I turn the other cheek? Is when one of your friends is crossing the damn line. When one of your friends is talking too much. You know I'm over here chilling with my girl. You know I'm over here vibing with my girlfriend, and you want to bring up my ex? You want to make jokes about what me and my ex used to do? You want to talk about what I did last night at the club when I was drunk? You want to talk about you with your homegirls and you with your boyfriend, and one of your homegirls want to start talking about, hey, Kevin wanted to know, is you gonna go to the club next week? What the fuck? Why she say that to you? Now you over here like, should I slap her? Should I slap the bitch? Or should I just turn the other cheek? Or should I pull him to the side and just put him in place and say, hey, chill out, you know, talk about you and yourself going to the club. You know, you see me over here with my mans, you know what I'm saying? You see me with my, you know what I'm saying? Talking to the females. You see you over here with your boyfriend. Now why is you gonna start talking about Kevin? Why? Why the fuck would you bring Kevin up? You know, or somebody start talking about, like, one of your friends start talking about that time you doo-dooed on yourself. Like, hold up. In front of everybody, we had a fucking party and you want to talk about this time I doo-dooed on myself. I'm fresh as fuck. I'm over here talking to two, three dime pieces, and you want to start talking about the time I doodled on myself. The time I thought I had to fart and shart it. Now I'm thinking about slapping the dog shit out of you, or should I just turn the other cheek? Sometimes in some scenarios, it's super hard to turn the other cheek, or should I slap the dog shit out of you? It's hard. I understand it, but you really have to be able to work on that. Because if you don't work on it and you keep feeding that energy, it's gonna get harder and harder and harder for you. And next thing you know, you in jail. You got a lot of cases, you got a lot of lawsuits, and you just out here slapping the dog shit out of everybody. Every time you go somewhere, you at the family reunion, you slapping the dog shit out of people. You at your friend's kickback, slapping the dog shit out of people. You out in public slapping the shit out of trolls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to control that shit and have discipline. You have to start checking yourself before you wreck yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't want to become a dangerous person to yourself. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person that always got to get yourself out of trouble when you put yourself in trouble. Like, damn, I'm trying to drag myself out of a big ass hole when I'm the one who jumped in the fucking hole. And then when I got out the hole, I jumped back in the hole again. Like, what sense does that fucking make? I'm already in a hole. I'm gonna grab a shovel. I'm gonna jump up and grab a shovel and jump back in the hole and start digging the hole even deeper. Like, that shit don't make sense, do it? So that's the same thing you do when you be thinking about in your mind that I'm gonna match everybody fucking energy. If you turn up, I'm gonna fucking turn up. You start talking shit, I'ma talk shit. You start getting violent, I'ma get violent. You know, sometimes you have to say, you know what, it ain't worth it. Man, I'm about to go get back to the bag. I'm about to go get back to my money. I'm about to go get back to my family. I'm about to get back to my kids. When do you draw the line? You got to stop doing what you see other people doing, and you got to start focus on what you supposed to do. That's a big thing in everybody's life. Everybody gonna deal with it. We all gonna have that issue. We gonna all have that problem. But it's, when do I start working on me? When do I start looking and saying, you know what, I'm getting a lot better than I used to be? Before, like, you would have caught me a couple years ago, boy, I would have slapped the dog shit out your ass in 2.5 seconds. But now you got the new version of me. Enjoy your night. I'll see you later. God bless you. And walk away and turn the other cheek. I feel like there's a lot of power in that, because it yeah, you might put a lot of power when you cocking back and slapping the shit out of somebody, but just imagine how much power it took for you to say, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that tonight. You got it, bro. You got it. God bless you, brother. And walk off. Boy, that shit hard. You can't lie. You cannot tell me that's not hard to do. That shit hard as hell. And you know, like, people who keep on joking, you know, like, when it's time to be serious, like somebody passed away and they keep cracking jokes like, dog, my dog just died. You think I want to hear dog jokes? You think that shit funny? You know, or you just wrecked your car and they want to talk about how,
Oh, I told you to slow down. You wanna be go speed racer, go speed racer. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Beep, 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 beep.
Man, if you don't shut the fuck up, nigga, my whole car is tore off. My wheels then went one way and the other one went the other way. Nigga, I done did a whole donut 360 flip. Nigga, this motherfucker look like a Oreo split in half. And you wanna crack jokes? You wanna keep joking? Or your stomach hurting? You ever had a stomach pain? You have a stomach ache and somebody wanna keep cracking jokes and keep playing and being silly? Motherfucker, my stomach hurt. I'm ready to fire on you. You know, sometimes you gotta just be like, you know what? Stomach hurt. Let me go take me an Alka-Seltzer. Let me go get me some aspirins and go to bed. So I could wake up and feel better. Cause if I kick your ass right now, my stomach hurt. I might end up losing because my stomach hurt. I'm already in stomach pain. But, you know, you gotta it just be hard sometimes because people out here are just fucking ignorant. People don't care about your feelings. But you know, you ever notice like people love to play the victim when it's their feeling time? Like, but they sent you through hell when it was time for them. For you could have played the victim, but you didn't. You just let it slide. And then now it's on them. And now you playing the jokes. And now they want to play the victim. You ever had that shit before? That shit is annoying. That shit'll make you slap somebody. But here we go again. We gotta start getting a hold of ourselves. We gotta start working on discipline. I know I do. I got to start working on discipline. I be working on it every single day, but it's sometimes where I just be like, man, I'm about to slap the shit out this motherfucker. Fuck all of that walking away. Fuck that shit. I'm ready to go to jail. I got bond money. You ever felt like that? I'll bond myself out. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to slap the shit out this motherfucker. I'm go to jail. Then shit don't turn out the way you thought it was gonna turn out. You slap the shit out somebody and they shoot you. Pop, 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 pop. Now you over here talking like 50 Cent. Mouth shut, wire shut. You barely made it. You hooked up to a fucking machine. You got a shit bag. All because you wanted to slap the dog shit out of somebody when you knew you could have turned the other cheek and went home and got to your kids and got back to work, got back to grinding, got back to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Got back to your bed, went to sleep, made you something to eat, watch TV, watch your favorite show. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit just sound better. It's more shit stacked up together to go better when you turn the other cheek. When you don't turn the other cheek and you get real disrespectful, you notice how things get real slim. You can't go home right away. You're in jail. You gotta spend money. You can't make no money. You can't see your kids. You can't go use the bathroom when you want to. It's a lot of shit that go against you when you don't have discipline. You know, it all feel good to release that anger at that moment, but afterwards, when you calm down, you always be like, man, I should have just left, man. I knew I shouldn't have said nothing. That's the part about having discipline. You know, um, one thing too is like when strangers, like people you barely know, when they start feeling like they entitled, oh, that shit piss me off. I don't even know you, and you feeling like you entitled to something. You feeling like I have to give you some money. You feeling like I have to help you out? You mad because I didn't hold that door for you? When you obviously seen I had like 2, 3 bags in my hand and you over here cussing me out, talking about motherfucker, you ain't hold the door? Or you know you trying to check in the hotel and a motherfucker talking to you like you ain't got no room there? Or like something wrong in the system and they start talking to you disrespectful? Like, this my establishment. I got the right to not serve you. Oh my gosh, you know how hard that one is. Motherfuckers start telling you, we don't want to serve you. We have the right to not serve you. Okay? Pipe it down, buddy. I don't know who you think you are, buddy. That moment you be like, fuck it, you ain't gotta serve me. I'm about to serve your fucking jaw. I'm about to serve that motherfucker. But you know, that's where discipline has to kick in. That's when you have to be like, you know what? I'm not finna go there. I'm finna be the better person. I'm finna be the bigger person. I'm finna show you God is in me. You know, today I'm not removing God out of me and putting the devil in me. I'm gonna show you that God is in me. God is surveillance in my whole body. I'm protected and shielded by the blood. I ain't got the fire of the devil in me. I kicked him out a long time ago. I'm a better me. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep saying that with your mouth. You got to start showing it with your actions. You got to start showing it with your discipline. You know what I mean? If you understand what I'm saying, drop a drop a peace sign or a slap sign. Which one you feeling like? You feeling like it's more about your peace or it's more about that slap? I just want you to put the emoji. Drop you emoji. Drop the peace sign or the slap sign. If you feel like I'm right or I'm wrong. If you feeling like I'm right about we need to start working more on discipline and turning the other cheek, put the peace on. Put the peace on. But if you feel like fuck all that shit, you get disrespectful, you start talking to me crazy, I'm gonna match your motherfucking energy. Yeah. Yeah, you wanna match energy? Oh, you wanna start cussing? Motherfucker, I'm gonna cuss you out too. Drop your slap sign if you gonna slap a motherfucker. Or you gonna show peace. You know, we gotta really start working on that though. I feel like as a whole, we gotta start holding each other accountable instead of pulling out that camera phone every time we see somebody that we could give some good advice. Instead, we be like, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about them, man. Shit, I'm trying to give me some content. I'd rather post this and show everybody so I can get a bunch of views and laughs. You know what I mean? All my people can be laughing at it. Because most of the time, that's all we do. We don't never try to help out nobody. We don't never try to, like, until it start getting bloody. When that shit start getting bloody or it starting to die down, or they getting tired, they've been fighting, they they ain't really doing too much with just pulling each other and choking each other. Now we want to break it up, put the phone down. What if we would have broke it up way before it got there? Hey, bro. Chill, my boy. God bless you, bro. Listen, you don't want to do that, man. The police right there. You gonna go to jail, bro. Matter of fact, and then they be like, I don't give a fuck about the police. The police ain't right there. You know what? Turn into Charleston White on them sometimes. Look, bro, I don't want to have to do this, but if y'all don't calm down, I'm gonna call the police, bro. I know that's hard to say. I know that's hard to really think about, even fucking saying running out your mouth. I know what type of person you is. I know that's fucking hard to really think about. I can't even imagine myself saying that. It's without the phone. Look, bro, I know y'all about to fight, but look, if y'all don't pipe down, my nigga, I'm about to call the police on y'all. I can't imagine me saying that. I can't even imagine me pulling out the phone, really pushing 911. These dudes won't pipe down. Can you get here? And they ask me what's my name. They ask me the address and all of that goofy ass, all the million questions they ask you. I will hang up on the police. Y'all better fucking get the beep, beep, beep. You know, when it lets you know exactly where the iPhone pinged at, you better get here that way. Cause I'm not about to answer a million questions on that 911 call, talking to one of them dispatchers, and they getting smart as hell with me on the phone, and I'm trying to call and get some help. You talking smart to me like, I don't know that's her. Like, man, I didn't had that before when somebody was getting shot and shit. They was cussing me out. Like, how you cussing me out? Motherfucker, I'm the one that needs some help over here. Somebody just got shot in the head. That shit was crazy. But I need y'all to really drop some comments below. Like, what would you do in those situations? Like, what is a situation that you had where you could have walked away, but you end up slapping a motherfucker, or there was a time where you was about to slap a motherfucker and you walked away? You gotta let me know. I want to know other people's thoughts, or like, do other people actually think about these type of things, or is always in your mind that I'm about to slap the shit out of somebody? Is that always how you think? Or do you sometimes have like a conscience that be like, no, we not doing that today, man. We are better than that. We got God in us, not the devil. Not the devil over here talking. You know, the devil is only on your shoulder. God ain't on the other right side of your shoulder. The devil on both sides of your shoulder. He talking to you on both sides. God is in the inside. He ain't jumped out on your shoulder. He is in the inside of you. Remember that. God is in you, not on you. God is not a piece of material. He's not a t-shirt. He's not a hat. This hat is on me, but I can take this hat off. God is in me. I can't take him off. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. But I can block him out and listen to the devil on my shoulder, which is a material. He is on me. He ain't in me. I'm just trying to put y'all up on game, man. Have you ever regretted responding to somebody? Have you? When you shouldn't respond to somebody, have you ever regretted that shit? Like, fuck, I shouldn't have said nothing back. Fuck. Now you in road rage, you in the car, motherfucker just flicking you off. Fuck you, you fucking idiot. You fucking driving like a fucking Ninja Turtle. You fucking nigger. Now you over here like, you cracker this, da 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 da. Now you like, pull over, cuz, pull over on the hood. I'm finna parallel park your shit. You know, like, now y'all both pulled over on the freeway, squaring up. Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing you should have just like, man, let this motherfucker call me a nigger. It's all good, bro. Whoop-de-doo, I'm a nigger. Ha ha. That don't hurt my feelings. I'm having a good day, dog. Looks like you're having a shitty day. Sucks to be you, buddy. Like, it ain't that hard sometimes, but it is that hard. I understand. We all get there. We all go there. I get it. I get it. Um, have you ever um uh well, I just wanted to say, man, I just really wanted to go out and end this live, man. I just really wanted to talk about that. But peace, peace is chosen and it's not forced, you know. Respect is earned and it's not begged for. All right? You got to remember that. Keep that in mind. Respect is earned. So stop just giving people respect instantly. They got to earn that shit. That'll stop you from slapping a motherfucker when you know you didn't put them through the loops and trials and tribulation just to get your respect. When you just start handing out respect like it's a piece of candy, you might need to slap your fucking self. You hear me? All right, understood. Every situation doesn't deserve the same response either. You know, if you just running around, every response when you get mad is I'm gonna slap the shit out of you, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Like, come on, bro. You gotta grow up at some point. When did that ever do you good in life? Most of the time when you get into it with somebody in public, you never see them again. It's just a story you tell people. Your fucking hand hurt, your fucking knees hurt, your ankle hurt, then you getting older, your ass ain't stretched, you done pulled a ligament, trying to fight some random ass person because you sticking to the same ignorant shit you've been doing since you was a kid. You've been doing this since you was a kid. It's time to grow up. Grow up. Turn the other cheek. Go get some help. See a psychiatrist. You feel me? Go see the fucking preacher. Go do something other than just saying I'm gonna turn up on somebody. You ain't gotta always do that. But look, I want y'all right now to hit that like, hit them comments if you value peace way more than everything. But drop those comments, hit that like. If you don't give a damn, you don't give a fuck. Hey, you don't give a damn, you don't give a fuck. Hey, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Don't start nothing, won't be. You know what I'm saying? But it's your boy Double S, man. Make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe. We definitely had to tap in. I just wanted to drop that food for thought for y'all. If you like the video, if you don't like the video, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I still came to drop some knowledge. You know, this is my digital footprint. Definitely got to leave some good stuff behind. Can't always just have some bullshit out there. Got to have some good stuff out there. And it's one of those videos where you can come back, you can actually listen to it, and you can actually get, a better understanding of who you dealing with and who I am and the type of train of thought that I have because I don't walk around with I want to slap a motherfucker all day. I enjoy my peace. I will walk away from you. I will ignore you. I will completely act like I am deaf. And I will act blind to the dumb shit that you trying to do to get my attention. All that staring and shit, I'm just gonna think you're gay. All right? There's nothing else to it. I'm gonna think you a fruitcake. Stop staring at me, brother. It's not, this ain't what you want. I'm not handing nothing over. All right? I call police on you. I'm gonna call Charleston White to call the police on you since I can't do it. Tell Uncle Charleston on you. All right? But it's your boy Double S, man, and I hope your stress go to the wrong address. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. I love y'all. I ain't gonna be here for a little bit. I'm gonna be here for a long time. So get used to me. All right?